Okay, think we're recording. Ready and excited for Pup's new album. Kind of shoestringing this along right here. Let's see if we can pull up the. Yeah, this will be where I put the lyrics eventually. But we have Who Will Look After the Dogs? Again, I think the reaction I did last time, which was 3 years ago at this point, if we look at their discography, look at the albums, that is. Yeah, I mean, what is that, 2022, Unraveling of Pup the Band. I mean, solid album. I think I was actually more predisposed to some harsher critiques at the time. It's definitely much like all of Pup. You know, I've settled in and really enjoyed a lot of Unraveling the Band. I mean, the heavy hitters from the start of all of these these starting tracks, but I remember feeling a little bit redundant when we started hitting the Relentless and cutting off the corners and Grim Reaping. Really, I still have some critiques of Grim Reaping, I'm not gonna lie, but cutting off the corners really hit. And Relentless, I don't know, I feel like I finally understood just through over 3 years, just figuring out kind of where Stefan was at with maybe some of his lyrics. But anyway, that was that album. Here's this album. Who Will Look After the Dogs? Before I knew we were getting a full album, I did listen to Hallways and Paranoid, the two singles. Or maybe there's a third single, I believe, with Get Dumber. And I told myself, no, fight the urge, don't listen to Pup. And, so we can have a clean reaction. So other than those two songs, this will be the first I'm hearing any of these. I can't decide if I want to have lyrics up like all the time or not. We'll see if I can hear him. That was part of my critique for the last time. Was the fact that it was overproduced. And Noisy was good, but there were times I couldn't even hear the lyrics of what was happening. So with that being said, let's go ahead and kick off into the very first song, No Hope. I'm excited. Oh man, good old Pup. Just a lot of energy right out the gate. I'm gonna turn off the lyrics for a minute. We'll turn them back on when I deem it necessary, but I want to kind of feel the song first. What a fun little chorus. Really no preamble at all, if we consider how the last one started, board of directors, all that piano jazz. It kind of reminds me of If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, right? It just kind of comes out hitting hard. Okay, smooth little outro. I don't want to have a repeat on. What is that? No, don't repeat. Ooh, I sense a transition. I sense it. We're going to Olive Garden. Short song, 150. Okay. Oh, pleasant little reprieve. That guitar is ripping. I mean, it's the noise of the last album, but look at how clear Stefan is. Like, I can understand what the hell he's saying. Okay. Simple track. Fun and easy. That's two 2-minute tracks to kick us off. And it was a little confusing. Again, I liked the no preamble, but part of it is like, where are we going? Thematically, holistically. This is cool. I like this thing. These guys can really piece together a chorus. Just the gang vocals, the little reverberation in the back of my ears of there's some chanting on the left side, like, it's really good. I can't tell if this is about a person or something else. Okay, just a quick pause before it breaks down again. I mean, I don't want to overanalyze anything, but I was a flame and you were a fever dream, picking my bones clean right before you dragged my corpse all over the concrete. Like, I mean, it is definitely referring to a person, right? You just wanted me to stay awake. And then, like, I just don't know if maybe there's a metaphor here. Like, saying you only come around when you're on empty, you only come around when your options. Do you really think I want to drag your corpse all over the concrete? Is it potentially someone who passed away? Like, is it a metaphor for it being a, you know, when you're at your lowest, someone haunts you from your past, right? Am I reaching? Maybe, but it seems a little odd, and it seems sad and morbid stuff, if you will. This will be a great car driving around song. Okay, now I get to hear the Jeff Rosenstock. Finally, I have denied myself listening to this song. I wasn't as big a fan of the vocal mix on that chorus. Again, I don't know why we wash out the vocals sometimes, but still good. I don't know if I've ever heard Jeff sound like this. Assuming that's him and not just Stefan twice. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be them on the chorus. I love that lead guitar. This is the most punk song on the record for sure so far. Definitely could have fit in with the self-titled PUP era. That was a good one. I like that one. Jeff brought the energy. Hunger for Death. We're moving right along. I think this album was only like 35 minutes, so. It's very rare we get a soft version, which I know it's going to kick off, but. Simple little track. Wonder what it's about, though. Like, I want to know how you explain all that violence running through your veins. What you mean, buddy? Fuck everyone in this venue, especially me. Alright, hold on. I will not continue to harp on the vocal mixing after this. I thought I was just kind of being dumb. Like, it's kind of soft. And I know it's a stylistic choice right at the start of the song. But the fact that I felt the need to turn the volume up, like, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm getting enough of the energy and emphasis of what he's doing. I need to turn this up. But then the levels are correct here. Fuck everyone in this venue. Sounds as clear as, like, me talking into this mic. And so why did you make it soft in the beginning? Like, you got an interesting voice, Stefan, and if you're gonna rock it, you're gonna keep it slow. That's fine, but make it loud or make it audible. So anyway, we're back. I like that. I'm gonna back it up like 2 seconds. Especially me. It's good. There's a whole lot of like running through your veins, your corpse, you. Is it a particular person? Is it an image of self? Is he referring to himself in the third person? Kind of sounded like Scorpion Hill here at the end. Okay, another solid track. Alright. Gotta turn off the lyrics, I'm gonna keep reading ahead. These guys' choruses are unreal, man. Look how grand that sounds. Telling you what, though? Am I stupid? Like, I mean, that's probably the point. Maybe it's not talking about it. That's why I pulled the lyrics back up. Telling you, does this relate, like, back to another part of the song? It's interesting. I think I'm just, like, leaning too much into it, thinking about, well, so talking about mushrooms and drugs, just like the kids, when they're talking about sibling rivalry, whichever one, they're doing drugs in a tent. They got high and let's throw away the map, right? Like, could it be about sibling? Could be. I thought it is also interesting. I mean, these don't have to be the same people, but cutting off the corners or Grim Reaping or Relentless, one of them talks about, and you showed up on my front porch, or I showed up on your front porch, like after you died, basically. And now that I think about it, you know, if he shows up on the front porch and this person's showing up on my front door, like, that's not the same thing. But it feels similar. And it feels melancholy. It feels, you know, someone talking. It's like giving you permission, right? And that's what the last line. You're allowed to change your mind. I don't know about what, but you're tripping on mushrooms, apologizing, and hey, man, it's fine. Fuck everyone who ever told you otherwise. And I might want to change mine. So, like, you know, it feels like acceptance, but I wonder what it's about. That's all. So keep going. I love a good bridge into a chorus. I mean, is it telling them you can change your mind and you're okay? Is that what they're telling? Who's to say? It's a good one, though. I really like the chorus. See where we head to next. This song does rip, though. Okay. I loved Hallways, but Paranoid is a close second from the singles. If you get what you wanted, that I'm just paranoid. It's just got such an energy, which the first two tracks also had. I wonder if I would reorder this album. We'll see when we kind of end up. Not that my opinion matters at all. I guess I haven't read the lyrics all the way, so... It's interesting I hadn't caught that before. You weren't sure of your choices. It's interesting that Paranoid, the song, it's been a ripper, but like I haven't really focused on the content until paralleling it with the rest of what we've seen. You weren't sure of your choices, so you thought you should give me a ring, and the good was good, but the bad was better. I mean, if this is not just an overarching theme of whoever he's talking to, or maybe it's about someone else in the group, or no one at all, but habits. If you think back to the last record, you know, if I don't want this to become a habit, you know, I shouldn't keep seeing you. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. Bare hands. What's the other one from Morbid Stuff that basically highlights the fact that like you'll call me and I'll always come crawling back, right? And it's like, what are we seeing here again? Bad was better. That pretty much sums up everything. I don't know what you wanted. Did you get what you wanted? And you swear I'm just being paranoid. Interesting. Okay. Such a interesting transition too. It's a whole different song within a song. I thought maybe I was reaching for some of my comparisons. I don't think I was now that I can see think about the lyrics coming up. Oh, don't fall out. Hands bared, bare hands, anyone? Yeah, lots of anger on this track. Especially, you know, leave or stay, it's all the same, I'm gonna bleed anyway. Like, this one at least has clear content. I'm a little less confused about it. But now we get to hear how it plays in the rest of the nice tracks. So, lyrics off. All that. Well, we're going into a track called Falling Out of Love after that. Okay. This is fine for a pre-chorus. It's fine for the start of the song. But I better hear some crisp vocals, or I'll start complaining again. Uh-oh. I'm gonna start bitching. It's like they think the instrumentation is the more important part of this song. I think what it is for me, this stylistic choice, which is, it is a choice because they actively switch between it. I mean, good. It is good instrumentation. We'll talk about that in a second. But the stylistic choice of doing that makes it sound very samey with the rest, with a lot of other songs, Grim Reaping especially. Relentless, that'll be Relentless as well. And I can't think of a single track from... This is better, but... Okay, less bitching for a second. Yeah. And when I can hear him speak, I get great lyrics like this. I don't know if I can face it all. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to stand you when I can't even stand myself. I mean, what a real line. Track ended, it sounded great and it ended really strong. I really liked that. The Hallways. It could be the favorite of the whole album. We'll have to see. This track just really hit at a really good time for me in my life. Yeah. I've been lucid dreaming. Man, what a fucking... Yeah, this song makes the whole album. This is so good. There might be no other. I mean, God. Let's just take a second. I mean, rip the cord out. I can't turn them off. So you rip the cord out of the TV, you can't turn off. The thoughts are still there. The first, I don't even know. If I had to guess, you know, based on the overarching themes of falling out of love and things like that, and it's directly after the song Falling Out of Love, The First Night Without You. I mean, it's probably someone who left him, right? My interpretation, because of the title of this album, I kind of see it another way, which it could be both. It could be, it maybe, you know, it's similar to Sleep in the Heat. I thought was about a roommate overdosing until I learned it was about his pet. So, right, people get different things out of these tracks. But, you know, The First Night Without You, I collapsed on the floor. Visceral for a variety of different reasons. If you've ever dealt with either someone leaving or someone leaving this earth, right? You just kind of collapse, right? And then it's just very, you know, because when one door closes, you know, when someone closes the door, you open a window, right? Or another one opens. This is just the most pessimistic view of it after you've collapsed on the floor. One door closes. It might never open again. There might be no other doors around. Ugh. And then we're going to get to, I mean, it hasn't quite happened in the song yet. You start thinking about, well, fuck it, I want to die. You know, he's had a lot of suicidal tendencies in his songs. And he's like, well, who's going to look after the dogs? And that's such a crazy way to title this whole album. It's so good. Reminding me how much I love this song. I think I stopped listening to it because I wanted to get it a little fresher for the album. I'm just going to keep it on repeat now. It's like perfectly mixed as well. Like all the other parts of the production I've complained about, it's not on this. Perfectly cut away. Just had that thin electric guitar and that fucking rattling chord. And then you just come back in over the top. And then layered with the backing vocals. We'll look after the dog. Yeah, I mean, you can see my visceral reaction. Best song of the album so far. And probably holistically. We got 3 more. They're kind of shorter-ish. But we got 2 to end strong that are both explicit. So, hell yeah. Alright, so where do you go from Hallways? Just into a rip. Yeah. Okay. Falling Out of Love, and then a couple more tracks later. It sounds like a lot of these tracks is the inevitability of a relationship ending, but not just because they're like maybe a bad person or something. It's because maybe you hit such a low point for yourself, and then it just becomes such an effort to keep the relationship struggling along. I don't think they've had one chorus, or even, there's been no bad song. I'll say that, because I actually thought maybe on the previous record there's been. That was so weird. Why did the song stop? Get them on the 1s and 2s. They're jamming out. After the subject matter of the song was so dark. But yeah, I was going to say the chorus, though. The choruses have not missed. They've been good. Okay, second to last song. I'm excited. It's a crispy little track already. Like there's not noise and static like there sometimes is, which is, both are good, but it's interesting. Oh. Oh man. Wait, that's so good. That's so that might be the most PUP I've heard in a long time. Most PUP-esque verse. I've been dragging through, you know, I swear it's got nothing to do with you after all these dark things. You don't want to be cruel. You don't want all this. And, you know, the best revenge is living well. And I thought I was going to say something about, like, the best revenge is just not caring about you anymore, just like forgetting about something or being the bigger person and moving on. And then the best revenge is living all. I've been living like shit. It's been fucking up my sleep. Okay. And his vocals are so loud. Perfect. Yeah, this song's got all all the things I love about PUP, so it's a good one. A great second to last song. It feels group harmonic. I don't know, it just, because of the gang vocals and the good production and the chorus, felt like a great transition into Shut Up. I had a feeling, well, it's been 2 seconds of the song, but I had a feeling we might go this like kind of softish to start, ending, you know, Leave the City, Scorpion Hill, things like that. I love this bear production right here. This is good. Done with the bullshit. Is this the person he moved on from? So self-deprecating. And like walking by their house, but not talking to them maybe. They're working through the evenings. Are we gonna come in hard here? Are we gonna come in heavy? You thinking about it? No way that's a drum building up in the background. You wouldn't. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Come on. Bring me home. You've been noisy all record. Come on. It's time. Okay. Not so much a slam, but a good build. Wonder why I end with this. I mean, I think that's an important line. Said you don't need solutions. It's obviously said a lot. Oh, it's literally the last line of the album. And who hasn't heard that before? I don't need you to solve this. I just need you to be here. A very coherent and consistent theme. And that's just the end. Interesting. Okay, whoa, simmer down, DVP. Huh. An interesting track to end on, I'm not gonna lie. It's not bad, though. Yeah. So. Thoughts and feelings. I'm gonna kind of work backwards here, because the ending... I just wouldn't see that as being the ending song, unless it was important, because we go back, right, you know... Starting with morbid stuff. City. I'm sorry, I said Leave the City earlier. I'm thinking of 21 Pilots. City, though, I mean, like, what a just a colossal noise building, anger, just so sad. It's the end of morbid stuff, right? I get that. Unraveling of PUP the Band. PUP the Band is filing for bankruptcy. You know, he recently said in an interview it's like his favorite song. It might be his, like, magnum opus, which I kind of disagree with. But it is a good song, because I loved, in the last reaction I did, you know, where it builds, and then he's like, wait, why I'm being a little bit like so serious and so self-deprecating, like I kind of, you know, everything's okay. And I loved the back and forth there. And so the album as a whole, Who Will Look After the Dogs, and ending with this, right? I mean, let me just cue it back up real quick, pull up the lyrics. I mean, it's, you know, it's, and the chorus is just repetitive. What is it saying? You're working through the evenings, I'm working through the fog. You've got, like, I got my stupid little... He's just kind of upset about himself. I'm walking by her house. You said you don't need solutions. I just need to shut my mouth. Like, just need to shut up. And, yeah. I think that this pairs as an ending really well with Cruel, with Falling Out of Love. It also... I mean, I'll go back to Concrete, because I think this is an important song, but I can't quite figure it out. But I just don't give a shit about your problems. There's just this collective theme here, and I can't quite put it to words. But that is where I'll start the review, basically. Great. But I, you know, if I had to pick a theme, it's kind of this falling out of love with someone, but not for maybe the right reasons, right? I think when someone, but at times, right, he still feels right. He's manipulated. I think Paranoid relates very heavily with past songs. This might be the same person. It might not be about him. I don't really know the lore. But if I had to draw through lines and comparisons, Paranoid deals a lot with, like, the things from Bare Hands, and feeling like someone can always claw habits, right? Claw their way back into your life. But this feels a little bit more of a mature response, which is why it might be different. It might be a different person, or it might just be a new perspective as you get older, because you're like, hey, I thought I could beat this. Like, there's a few lines in the, like, of, I thought I was done with this, especially in the last, but he's like, in the last song, but he's like, hey, I can't. I think what I'm getting at here is that it's the leaving of someone, but kind of because you're forcing yourself, or rather, life and your other disabilities, if you want to call it that, but just feeling like you want to die again. You're fucking up your sleep patterns. You're not living well. You're not getting the best revenge. You're doing awful things. And because of that, you're pushing people away. And there's some other problems that they might have with this person, but they're saying, hey, I don't want to be cruel, and maybe we just need a little bit more time. But oh shit, am I falling out of love again? Right? There is a very consistent theme across, moving across all these songs. And of course, there's some interesting bangers. Get Dumber. I'll have to see if they all fall into the same boat. I mean, I don't know. I kind of doubt it. It starts off strong. I do like Concrete. I think Olive Garden was a little weak. I think Hunger for Death. Was that the one? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, Hunger for Death was a little bit weak for sure. But Needed to Hear It really came in strong. After I got over some of the vocal mixing and things like that. What a run, though. This is a very good last run. Paranoid, Falling Out of Love, Hallways, Cruel. Yeah. Holistically, I'm going to need to re-listen to it. I think this will be it's better than, not what I expected. I expected good things. I got a little nervous with the runtime being short. I'm a little bit scarred. This is a different genre entirely, but I'm scarred from Brockhampton and the last two albums they put out, and putting out quick 35-minute sessions. I wonder, I always feel like maybe people are phoning it in a little bit. They didn't phone this one in. This was very well done. It's a return to form in my mind, because it's a lot more consistent. It's a lot more parity between the songs, the thematic nature, the production, the choruses. I think the last album was overproduced, and I don't remember what I gave it. But this, let's figure out a rating here. I don't even know what I'd rank Morbid Stuff, but now that it consistently ages really well. This, I'm going to give, my heart spoke to me for a second there. 7.8. Maybe a 7.7. And if I was being mean, a 7.6, but I know that on re-listen, a lot of these are going to hit really well. Get Dumber was really fun, super punk. I loved the start of No Hope. Paranoid, in context, is even better, and also just a really clean, ripping song. The choruses of all of these in a row, Needed to Hear It and Falling Out of Love, and then the thematic content of these. I mean, this 4-track run, Falling Out of Love, Hallways, Cruel, Best Revenge. I really liked it. Now that I keep thinking about it, right? Hallways might be a new favorite. Might be breaking the tier into a tier of its own. Up there with Sleep in the Heat, DVP. Mabu. I mean, Mabu's a little, maybe not, but Bare Hands and all those other ones that I really love, that everyone loves from their self-titled. I mean, heck, if we go back to what people consider their best songs. Oh, Kids, yeah, DVP's still at the top, and where are we at? Sleep in the Heat, The Tour Doesn't Kill You, Dark Days. Oh, how could I forget about Dark Days? But yeah, extremely solid album. I think I really like it. And I'm excited that we had more PUP. Yeah, I guess that about sums it up. I kind of rambled a lot about the theme throughout. I could be entirely wrong. It's always been hard for me to get a beat on what the hell PUP's talking about, mainly because they're a little bit smaller, and I don't know how often they talk about it. And they're not like 21 Pilots with lore and Dima and Trench and blah, 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 blah. It's not that deep. I mean, it's deep stuff, but it's not, we're not leaving Easter eggs behind. So hopefully the content made a little bit of sense. I hope I didn't harp too much on production. It really did sound very good throughout. I think they really found their stride again. And I think I had high hopes for that because of the takeaway I saw in the article about getting the band back together correctly and not doing it in a weird segmented format. So production, really good. Sometimes the vocals a little weak, but they brought it back and they figured it out. Thematically strung along together well. Short and sweet. Right to the point, 35 minutes. So overall, I'm going to go 7.8. 7.8, and we'll call it there. But yeah, these videos, when I do quick reviews, they over years they get a couple hundred views, which is great. But if anyone, again, for people who are looking up a pup review, hopefully this made any sense, right? And it's a smaller group, but would love any other comments or feedback. Like, would love to hear other people dissect and prove wrong what the hell I was talking about, because I would love more context and to have a discussion about it, right? But for now, we're going to be left with my thoughts, and I'm going to put this finally in the playlist and get it running on repeat. So yeah, that's Pup. That's Who Will Look After the Dogs. And that's me, Eric, on the way out. Appreciate it. Bye.